The Asian Avengers. So weak.
The Asian Avengers. So weak. So fuckable, bro. You know? Whoa. There's 5 Asian guys together. Wow.
Together. Did you ever go through a stealing phase?
Do I think everyone should have a gun? Maybe.
Or you can look me up. I don't care. I'll fight you. I don't care.
You want to get high as fuck? You like opium?
And welcome back to another episode of Asian Not Asian Podcast, the podcast where two Asian guys not from Asia talk about American issues no one cares about. I'm your host, Fumi Abe.
And I'm Mike Nguyen.
Today is July 12th, coming at you on a nice Sunday morning.
Beautiful Sunday.
And if you are listening to this on your phones right now, please take a screenshot, post it on Instagram, and tag us at Asian Not Asian Pod. And we'll retweet it. And we'll make you famous because we are famous.
Yeah, we are famous, I guess.
We know. Speaking of famous, this is. I mean, I know that I'm half joking, half being serious, but we are famous to some people. Mike, do you know
We're famous to a small cadre of 50 people. We're very famous.
They think we're gods.
Yeah.
And sometimes it gets a little out of control. I had a very strange experience recently, and I almost like I don't want to say stalker. Okay, that's a pretty aggressive word, but I did have something happen to me that included an anal, and it scared me a little bit. Okay, so
yeah.
I want to.
So an
talk to you about it.
anal, that's an Asian, not Asian listener. That's what we call one of our fans.
That's right.
One of our
right.
50 fans, we have them.
That's right.
And
That's
so,
right.
yeah, you were telling me about this, but I wasn't quite sure. I wasn't quite following. So what happened?
So basically, somebody else told me this. Somebody else screenshotted a fake Instagram profile with my picture on it and was like, "Hey, this person has been commenting on like a lot of our stuff. Is this you?" And I look and I'm like, "No, that's not me, but the profile picture is me." This person didn't use my name. They were just using a picture that I had posted on Instagram like 3-4 years ago as their profile picture. Didn't use my name or anything like that. It was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
So then I started like looking into it, and this person's name was on the thing, and I was like, this person's name sounds familiar. Where's that? Why do I know his name? And it's because this person has been looking at my LinkedIn profile like every day this week, and I get like an email notification, right? So I'm just like, I thought it was a recruiter or something, but because I didn't recognize his name, and I was like, oh my god, this is that fucking same person. So So I like found her. I don't know if it's a him or her. I'm just gonna say her because it makes me feel better. I found her, and like she has been like if you have a Hack City or something like that, she'll like DM, be like, haha, this is a great show, whatever.
Right.
It's pretty harmless, but when I saw that thing, I got freaked out. So I messaged her and I was like, hey, like, are you a stalker? Like, I was like, what is this all about? And she was like, no, I am a Patreon subscriber.
Yeah, dude.
And then I was like,
are you fucking around with our Patreon subscribers? They have access to all parts of our lives. Okay?
That's what I said. I was like, well, why didn't you say so earlier, dude? Go ahead, decapitate my whole family. I don't give a shit.
For $10 a month, worth it. All right, worth it. I will personally send you where Fumi's parents live. Okay, $20, and you get to torture them. Okay.
I looked them up. I looked this person up, and not even $10. This person's a $5 tier.
Hey, $5, man. $5 is better than $0. All right, I'm on this person's side. I don't see what the problem is at all. This is fantastic.
I know. So I was like, it's all good, bro. Keep using my picture, and that's when I knew that I sold my soul to the comedy devil, because I'm not. You hear stories all the time from especially a lot of female comedians with like guys being creepy and shit like that. But for me, like, okay, I don't like creepy people around me. But if you drop the magic words, aka I'm a Patreon subscriber, then like, yo, you can watch me sleep. I don't give a fuck.
Yo, that's going to be the new tier. Okay. All right. Subscribe to our Patreon. It's patreon.com/Asian Not Asian Pop. Unlock Sleeping Fumi tier. That's $50. Okay, $50. And we got the webcam. We'll get you the link. No problem. Okay, it's on our OnlyFans. I mean, here's the thing, though. So was this person? They weren't saying they were you. They just had your picture.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, and I'm. Hey, if you're uncomfortable, I guess that's valid. I have to validate all feelings, but whatever, Fubi. So
I wasn't uncomfortable.
No, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing is that like as we become more famous, aka going up to 52, 53, 54 fans.
Yeah.
There are going to be people who just like, like it's like there are people who, have their favorite singer or whatever as their, things. Like Beyonce is, I was a big Beyonce fan. I might have Beyonce as my avatar because she's so fierce.
But it's like, I mean, yes, if there was a famous person on that profile picture, I get it. It's like, oh, how ironic. But I guess I just wasn't ready for that because, I mean, as you said, I'm not Beyonce. I guess that's the answer,
Yeah, but people don't know how unfamous we are.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So
that's
like,
true.
and I guess that's the thing is that like as we get bigger, quote unquote, or if we do get bigger, then more and more of that stuff is going to come out, and eventually, here's the thing that I'm sort of waiting for is that eventually there will be a fan account of this podcast, so it'll be like Asia Not Asian fan account. And then it'll be cool because it's like, hey, we got a fan account. But then at the same time, it'll be like, oh, well, now we don't really control the narrative as much as we do right now because there's only one Asia Not Asian account. And there's us. And you know what I'm saying? It's like later on, there's going to be like a Fumi fan account or a Mike fan account. And we're going to see our own things like repeated back to us. And there's going to be like if we get big enough, there's going to be like a Reddit community and. Those are things that like other comedy podcasts have. Like, I mean, there's tons of JRE clip fan accounts and subreddits that aren't controlled by those people. And it is going to be it's weird right now because we're really accessible. Like if people I mean, anyone who messages me, I immediately respond and just go, thank you.
Me too.
Thank you for responding me and validating my feelings.
Yeah.
But, you can't do that to Joe Rogan or to, even to like, bigger other comedians. But like for us, we're so desperate. We're just like, yes, thank you.
I mean, have you had any like weird fan interactions like that?
I mean, we got like, the thing too, I think is like, if you're like a fan of a podcast, like if you're a podcast listener, you're like already like you're like an otaku, right? You're an auditory otaku because if you're really into podcasts, you're not just like scrolling and like liking something and moving on with your life. You're like delving deep. There are some people who like delve super deep in our podcast and like listen to a bunch of them and come to our shows and like people who come to our shows and listen to us and like they'll like say all these things like oh hey, remember that time you said this? And I'm like, I do not remember shit. I'll say something and it's just gone and I'm just So I think I haven't had anything where it's super strange, but I do know I do know what you mean. Where and for I'm grateful. Like I'd rather have someone watch me sleep because I'm putting that content out there. Every day I'm sleeping and every day I wake up and nobody's watching and I'm like, putting this content out there for nothing. So I want to have that out there. But I know I haven't had anything too weird, but I suspect that it's gonna start happening more and more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to talk to our guest today about is...
Oh, yes.
Yo, these internet fans be crazy. That is the theme of this podcast today.
Internet is crazy, man.
It really is. And I've got other TikTok stories I'm going to get into later, but...
Oh, yeah.
Let's, because, I mean, they're really... I mean, we love you guys, anals, but, like, the shit people say on the internet or, like, people do on the internet, it's really beyond logic. Like, I just can't believe...
As I would say, on the whole, the internet, net negative, okay? I would say
sure.
on the whole... Like, we were just fine with Encyclopedia Britannica and Wikipedia or whatever, and like porn, I guess. Like that was good. And then everything else after that, bad. Not a good idea. We should have just stopped at once we made Pornhub, stop the internet. That's all we need, and Wikipedia. That's it. So
our guest today, I kind of wanted to talk to him about this because. He's getting up there, bro. He's getting more and more famous, and it's really fun to watch him grow. And listen, this guy we've known him for a long time, but I described this guy as invincible because I really thought that when the pandemic happened, I thought that this would take him down. But was I wrong?
Good point.
I thought it was gonna take him down. But
I mean, his body mass index alone suggests that he is highly susceptible to disease.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought he would die telling like one last terrorist joke to his nurse and die. I thought that was gonna happen,
Yeah.
but I was so wrong. He's so alive, and he's like a comedy roach, bro. You can't destroy him.
You can't.
You cannot
Yeah.
destroy this guy.
You irradiate
He will-
him with radiation, and he
and then
he just mutates
turns it
into a funnier form, and he's just like, oh yeah, you like that? You like antennas? And just keeps coming at you. Yeah.
So excited to have him on. He is the host of the Mango Bay podcast, and he's just such a funny stand-up comedian, one of our good friends. So everybody give it up for the hilarious Usama SIDDIQUEE.
Comedy Roach. Comedy Roach.
Comedy Roach.
Yo, motherfuckers can't win, bro. I stay getting credits, bitch. I stay getting credits, bitch. What?
Well, welcome to the show. I don't know where should we start, Fumi.
We're gonna start here, bro. I don't know
Okay.
I don't know if you were listening to what we were talking about earlier, but we're talking about.
Yeah, I heard everything. We can do a couple
Yes.
quick things because I was relating
Yes,
incredibly
yes.
hard.
Go.
Right now,
Go.
We're
Evolve.
both
Go.
we're both at a place right now. Y'all little head. Y'all started a year before. Y'all grew, and we're now at the place where you kind of were a couple months ago, where we have only 5 fans who are living for us. Like if one episode if one episode didn't come out that week, they're ready on the bridge waiting for the pod, and then they see the episode and they like get off the bridge. That's the level of fan, right? We have a couple of those, right? And
Yeah.
you don't realize the level of, because we have the same kind of fans, but add some religion onto it, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of the Asians are beautiful people, but the religion is more amorphous, right? With us, more codified, right? So we have these crazy fans who are like, listen, all I want to say is you're the funniest podcast I ever saw in my life, but you're going to burn in the hell for eternity. So it's this weird mix of like, they love us, but religiously they can't.
Do you have any like weird stalker or DM stories or anything like that? And I don't know if they're coming from your, obviously you have your own following from your stand-up, but you also got Mango, some overlap. Like,
Sure.
yeah.
So it's intertwined, right? The Mango and the Usama, it's all the same now because that's such a part of my life. I don't know if y'all do that. It's like become intertwined. Now,
very
Mango Bay
intertwined.
is as important as comedy to me. It's like the other part of it.
Yeah.
I'm like in year 1 of Mango Bay. Like, that's how I'm looking at it, right?
Yeah.
So you have people who are like, all come in, every side. We'll get a lot of tit pics.
Oh,
You get tip pics?
You do not get these.
We don't get any tip pics.
Go ahead, keep going. What is this? No high-speed internet goat boobs shots.
Yeah.
Y'all are like getting hot girl DMs like platonically, great part. Like
It's always like that.
It's always like, can you look over my resume? I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Like that's really what we're getting. Okay, so meanwhile, okay, so you're getting that.
You
What
get
else?
some Indian tip pics. Okay, what else?
Indian tip pics, vast races. We got a couple of whiteys in there too. Shouts
Yeah.
to the fetishizers, Then we got a lot of random. Again, the Muslim hate, and the Muslim hate's always from this guy with no face in his avatar. You know what I'm talking about? You know those weirdos?
Yeah.
If your IG avatar is not a face, you're a fucking school shooter, right? Like that's
Right,
not-
right.
So the one that it's like just a scimitar and some Arabic on the that one.
He's at the training camp, but he's taking 5. He's taking 5 from the training camp.
They're
in Syria.
you must go to the mountains to train. I'm like, they're like, actually Monday is when it drops the episode, and so maybe I come Tuesday. After but yeah, so he's like these crazy kind of Muslim dudes, and they have like Arabic. You have to translate their caption on their bio. You know what I'm saying? Those weirdos.
Shit.
Those fucking weirdos, yep. So we have that fandom, and they're hilarious because they'll try to say you're going to hell, but they're not scary because their grammar sucks. You know what I'm about? So like they'll be like, hell you going tomorrow. And it's like, I'm quaking.
Yeah.
So we have that. Then we have the weirdo 12-year-old Mumbai people. You have those? Like the kids who are like too young to really be your fan, but just love the fuck out of you. And they're like, hey man, you're really amazing. And then they give you like a cheat code for PUBG or something like that.
Yeah. They give you a Bitcoin. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Hey, what's your Fortnite ID? I'm like, we have that fandom. So we have all these types of weird fans. Then we have like the mother of 3 who's like, hey, I look the cool mom who's like 35 but got kids too early and is like using us as like her erotic novel kind of thing.
Oh, nice. Wow.
A lot of weird shit in the Mango life, dude.
Yeah. That's interesting that you get hate. That's funny. So we don't get tit pics, but we don't get hate. And I guess that's our trade-off. That's our trade-off.
We don't have tits, but we also don't have terrorists.
We don't have terrorists, so that's the trade-off. And I'm okay with that.
That's okay. I'm all right with that.
I said I'd be down if there was terrorists with doing a tit pic. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
That's a nice Venn diagram little intersection right there.
That video is just her undoing a lot of wires. You know, it's like.
Oh my god. Well, speaking of internet shit, internet commenters and stuff like that, you have a lot of stuff on the internet that's kind of getting a lot of traction right now. Mainly, you were on America's Got Talent, and you talked a lot about it on our Hack City show the other day, I want to talk about that a little bit because I did it last year, and it's crazy because when you were auditioning, it was like right before Corona, and that shit could have totally canceled your plans, but luckily you got in there and you got out. But I had a very strange experience with it, and I just want to know, like, kind of if you can relate or if it was completely different for me, because when I went, I kind of talked to you about this last week, but they were, from the get-go, talking to the producers, they really wanted to hack it up. And, by hack it up, I don't really mean that like in a derogatory way, but the show is for middle of America, so they, they're like, okay, you're Japanese, okay, great, like Pokemon, Digimon, like what you know what I mean? Like they're like, what do you
started throwing right there at you?
Yeah.
Sony, Toyota, bam, yeah.
I said this before on a podcast, but like when they asked on the interview with the camera, they're like, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "I'm from Chiba," and they're like, "Cut." No, can you please say you're from Tokyo? And I was like, what the fuck? Do you want me to just say I was born in a pagoda or some shit? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck do you want me like?
I am the Buddha. Yeah.
They should. You know how they always do tragedies? Like that's the whole thing. As sad as you can get. Yes. I wish that they did a story with you, but their story is that you got hurt by Eradicate when you were young. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's a Pokemon-based AGT story. You know what I'm talking about? If I win the $1 million, I'm gonna buy a Master Ball to catch Mewtwo. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna renovate my gym. It's gonna be
the funniest thing about the whole thing, and you know the whole process. A couple of things that blew my mind, and you were essential to me into figuring all this out because you were, you're like this dude now. I feel like you're this dude who you crack the wall, and I like punch it, and everyone's like, Usama, you just look at you destroyed the wall, and then you're over there like dead from all the work you just did. I swear to God.
Remember the show? We were talking to you about like what was going to happen and stuff like that. But tell us about it.
The funniest thing is they tried to get they film you in the back doors to get like some little story points on you, right? To see if they can make a story. So I did the interview. I went sad on the homeless and the crack shelter and all that sad shit we all know, right?
Yeah.
But they also tried to get me to like do a mom storyline.
Yeah,
right? So
there you go.
FaceTime my mom, right? But here's the thing. Yeah. They don't realize that my mom is an immigrant ass bitch, right? So they're trying to get these like heartfelt scenes, and it's not working because my mom is not giving me shit. So they would film a whole scene with me FaceTiming my mom and be like, "Yeah, that was good. Can your mom like say I love you like once maybe?" Or
the phone just immediately disconnects. Just disconnects right there. Explodes in your hand.
Yeah, the phone disintegrates.
Just explodes. Yeah.
I don't know what you think. This is impossible. Like the fact that she even picked up is crazy. Like they're coming from a white family background.
Oh yeah.
They're coming with that. Like, oh, it's no problem to say I love you and good luck. Good luck. What the fuck does that mean,
No
Dude,
way.
That's fucking hilarious because they try to get that to me, and when they asked my parents, I just laughed in their face, and then they made me call Maria, my girlfriend.
Wow, really?
I mean, obviously, like, my thing wasn't shown, but, like, they filmed me and Maria FaceTiming because, like, she's white, so she's like, oh, I'm so proud of you, baby. She never calls me baby, but she did. She never calls me about that, but, like, she fucking upped the white Mother Teresa figure or whatever the fuck they wanted. Whatever they wanted from Usama's mom, I made her do. But
my mom was like, I'm proud of you, and they're like, cut. Dude, I mean,
she's critiquing the script. She's just like, I would never say this. What does this mean? I'm proud of you. What does that mean?
Everything's a question.
What is that? I live for you? Whoa, who would say this? What mom would say this?
Fired. You're fired. Everyone's fired. I have to like show them that they're fired. My mom said you're fired. Sorry.
Yeah.
The craziest thing about this whole thing is I talked to you about it before, and what I didn't know and what freaked me out was that you got 4 yeses, a standing O, and then you didn't get through. And I'm like, well, if that could happen, there's no truths anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I didn't realize. Well, it makes sense for a reality show that they don't record exactly how much they need. It makes sense that they would record double what they need and then call from that. Makes total sense, right? But what that means is a lot of people think their dreams are going to be fucking, met.
Yeah.
And it's not. So what you see in that room, and you've been there, a lot of people who are like, because we're stand-ups. We see sadness every day, right? We're the taint of showbiz, right? All we see is rejection, and we're very akin to it. We walk in like, dude, this is crazy. Don't even think about wanting this. Just don't.
Yeah.
But then you look inside. I'm sure you saw this, Fumi. Just the fucking lights in these kids' eyes. Like, yes. Yes.
What's interesting was because I was watching the thing and they did a really good job of like, oh, you've been homeless and all these things, and and then they were saying like, oh, so this is they kind of make it so that like AGT is like your shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, it's a big deal. Lots more people see you. You got, a lot of views. But I know that even if like Simon Cowell looked you dead in the eyes and said you should quit, you would just turn this into a bit. You would just evolve again like another roach.
Like a roach.
Into something else. Like, this is nothing for you. Like, for stand-ups, we're like, oh my God, I bombed in front of everybody. What a great day. Because I stole a muffin on the way back out. I stole a muffin. So everything's great. You don't give a shit, but like everybody else is like juggling. There is no like juggling open mic, oh, this is their shot for a lot of people. Right. But yeah, go ahead.
Also, that's the saddest story of all time is some people are just jugglers. Dude, that's what they chose to be. that was their choice in life, was to be a juggler. What? Fuck, yep. Yeah. And it's like, dude, I honestly, the cutting is so racist too. The way they edit it, because the pagoda thing is true. If you look at my video, Mike, go back and look at my video. When they asked me at the interview of like, hey, what do you do for a living? I say I tutor math on the side. They cut to 2 little Asian boys in the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Swear to God. And they're not people I tutor, but they look like I would tutor them. You know what I'm saying? They're like, sort of like,
These are the actual kids. Yeah. They looked up from the textbook to like, oh, yeah.
they just do textbook. Film it. It's like very much like it's a very ubiquitous show. So you realize
it's a Slumdog Millionaire. Yeah, for sure.
Slumdog Millionaire. This is not a comedy crowd. This is a Vegas casino crowd. You're doing a casino crowd basically.
Yeah.
And that knowing that is a whole different ballgame, because all they want to see is you twirl fire, and then they're like, "What comedy? What the fuck?" Because it's young kids. It's fucking. It's just not the crowd that they're like, oh yeah, I'm in. So it's tough. And 2 minutes to fucking get 4 judges. One who's famously known for destroying careers,
Yeah.
Like, not only is it you're doing a comedy for 2 minutes after an interview.
Yeah, that was weird. Also,
you're doing it for one of the most unimpressed human beings to ever have walked the earth.
Yeah.
It's insane, dude. It's an insane.
Dude, did you? I know you talked about this a little bit at the show, but you're talking about everybody has a sob story, right? Dude, did you meet any weirdos out there? I met a shit ton of weirdos, dude. Yes. And it's sad. Yeah. So there's the sob stories, and the other sad part is the people who are there to make an ass out of themselves, but they don't know it. So when I went, there was a comedian from New York. He is clearly so new. He did puppets. I actually think he made it on, but he was basically flown out there with his mom to get no stars, right?
Yes,
but he didn't know that, and it was really sad watching him do interviews, because like during the interviews, and that's like the B-roll stuff. People love him because he's being an idiot. Right, but on the stage, you just know no one's gonna like your shit, right? And it's like really sad. And I want to see if you saw anything like that. Or
actually, I exclusively made friends with bad acts. I didn't know. I didn't know, and it was heartbreaking because
classic stand-up comedy. Yeah,
the whole day, right? Stand-up is you finding friends that you end up realizing are not good people.
Yeah.
You know what
No,
I'm saying?
yeah.
And
The,
you're like,
the elephant trainer that beats their elephant. You're like, I'm with you, buddy. What's good, Sammy?
That's his talent.
but that's nothing compared to the elephant trainer. But then you realize, oh, he also fucks it too. You know what I'm talking about? Like you think it's like a bad, but then it becomes so much worse than you actually could even imagine. So I made friends with like 2 or 3 guys, and I'm like, oh, what nice friends to be in my life for the rest of my life. And then I see their act, I'm like, dude, I think you might have rabies, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god!
I think you have a raccoon bit you and you thought you're talented. And I was dismayed because I was like, I wanted to meet some talented ass people, but really, it's America's got mental problems. I think.
Oh,
It really is. Yeah,
really.
Yeah.
Well, I was scared because I had a joke that was gonna shit on Simon a little bit. You know.
I saw that.
Right.
that. Yeah.
So I was scared of doing that joke because my whole set was predicated on that one joke. If that joke failed, my whole set would have been done. If that joke killed, then I would have been done, right? So I was scared of that. I was scared of Simon. He was mythologized before, you know. He's kind of this like symbol, this archetype, this new archetype of the unimpressed judge, right? That's what he is, right? So I was scared of that. I was terrified of like just bombing and then that being shown on screen. I know the show. They don't not show the bombs.
Yo, but were you really scared of bombing though?
No,
you were.
no. But here's the thing. It's more that I bet you could, you know, hey, you guys are comics, we're comics. We could go up there, we're going to do our thing, and we're going to get them. But I could see them edit it so it looks like you bombed.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I could see that happen for sure. Yeah. But
Right.
anyways, yeah.
Exactly. They just cut out the fucking decibel lower, the laugh, so it's all the people going like, you know. So I was definitely on that. Like, I don't know what the show's going to be. You know, I was like, dude, it's 2 minutes. I'm going to do 2 jokes that I know have killed in every room. I took like a dirty joke, cleaned it the fuck up. Just scrubbed it the fuck up. And then the Simon, just Simon was terrifying, dude. Like you were scared of Simon, right? Fumi, like it was.
Dude, because when I did it, he came late in his Bentley. Like he was like an hour late, and the whole show was delayed or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's classic Simon or whatever. But yeah, he was scared. But I think that our judges were different because I had Gabrielle Union. And you had the woman from Modern Family.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Gabrielle Union quit because there was like Simon was being racist or something. I don't know. That article came out later. It was like a whole thing.
Is Colombian less of a race? I feel like it's.
They just like lined up the skin. They're like, okay, well Simon doesn't like black women, so let's get
there we go.
I was a little bit scared of him, but I also I mean, I obviously wanted all the votes, but also like, not trying to sound cocky or anything, but you know, Usama, you know this too. Like we are humble, but we also know what we can do, and it's 1,000 people who are ready to be entertained. So like, I wasn't that concerned about bombing. It was just more like, oh, what if he says something really mean and I start crying or something? that was
funny.
And then like 19,000 anals like go fucking like TP his house. This is from the anals. God damn, insane, dude. Yeah, so it was harrowing, dude. The experience, just the lead up, because like you're about to go on stage, right? And then they're like, right before you go on stage for the kind of this crazy set, they're like, hey, can you do 19 interviews real quick?
Oh,
You're in the back, like, and you see like some trapeze act. Like, you know, some like, I don't know, Bolivian blind trapeze act, right? Some hook, right? I'm a trapeze artist, but I have leukemia or some crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever it is, right? And, you know, and then you have like the mom, like, so you have this crazy environment where they're giving you marks, they're giving you places to go, they're giving you interviews, all 30 seconds before you go up and do this thing. So there's no regard for staying even. There's no regard for like, hey, let's make sure he can like do this. It's like, I'm a cameraman. I need this footage. Let's go. It's very hectic.
Did they make you do anything like that you were uncomfortable with in terms of like leveraging your brownness? Because I know when I went, there was a comedian from Japan, and
I feel with Fumi, like his experience is like, okay, did they also take you to this back room and did they film you doing some stuff you didn't want to do, but they said that you were going to be a star and you did it anyways because you didn't know any better?
Why did Why does Fumi start shaking when we say Simon Cowell? What does that happen?
yeah.
Why? Are you okay, buddy?
Bend over.
Yeah. What happened, Fumi?
He touched me here. He touched me here.
Well,
my
here's
gosh.
the thing. In AGT, if you don't have a sad story, they'll give you one. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll be like, all right, get over here. All right, dude.
Well,
It's so fun. Like, the idea, the level of Japanese they made you, and it's so fun. I think your season
So
they
funny.
had another extra Japanese guy. So like, I guess they were like, oh, he's willing to sell his whole culture out. Let's go with him. Because with you, they like the cameraman just come with like a samurai sword, lay it on the ground next to you, walk back slowly.
Let's see what happens.
Do what you will,
dude. Honestly,
Oh, look, a
that's
samurai sword. Oh.
They can't resist.
It's so crazy to say, but what they did was worse because they made me like pray next to this Japanese guy.
Well,
like
yeah, I remember this.
This
What?
Japanese guy was like
What?
this Japanese guy was like Shinto or some shit, and he like this is how he prepares for comedy shows. So they made me pray and do like and like weird like Buddhist shit. Like I would have taken the sword because at least swords are fucking cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
Like,
can you like real quick like commit seppuku like real quick?
Just very quickly.
Real
I
quick,
just want to
like-
see a little intestine. Just a little intestine.
Like a little,
Just
like
a little intestine.
Yeah.
Okay, and then also FaceTime your mom and be like, I committed seppuku.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And your mom being like, "I'm proud of you."
She's Indian for some reason now.
Yeah. Call Usama's mom, okay? She's
Yeah,
gonna be. She's
I
the
call
star.
Usama's mom.
Call
Same
Usama's
thing.
mom. Was there any other like positioning they tried to make you do where you're like,
Of
this is
course.
kind of weird, but you know what? I'll do it because I'm starving.
They tried to get me to like give a lot of media of my shitty past. Like they're like,
Oh.
hey, can you go to your homeless house and take a picture and go inside and maybe risk eviction, like getting punched in the face by the new owner? Like they wanted you to go like become Bear Grylls for your own past. Like can you go back to ninth grade and fly to Dallas and take a picture of the one place where you got punched in the, like they really wanted the media. So that was a lot of the issue, trying to find the media. And you see, like they said I'm homeless, and then they took a picture of me like sleeping at my dorm room. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, nobody gives a, it's just context. It's all context based.
That's
you know?
funny.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, the stories are true, but like the way they edit it is for maximum emotional effect.
Maximize that. Did
Oh, I was gonna just kind of bring it back to the thing we were talking about earlier. But we were talking about people on the internet going crazy and stuff, and we're all on TikTok now, and people say some crazy shit on TikTok, right? Like we post fun, like I'm posting stand up on there because I think it's fun. I'm joking about. I posted something recently about Asian MILFs and how you don't see a lot of Asian American MILFs. People went off in my like upset. I thought I was gonna get canceled. People started listing names. He's like, "You are wrong. You are mistaken. You are misinformed." Like people go really hard on the internet. So this kind of taking into account this kind of behavior, did you get any like weird hate on your YouTube videos? 'Cause I know it's got millions of views right now, and I think it's every comedian's instinct to just be like, let me see if there's like, you could get 1 million, this guy's hilarious, and one, fuck this bitch, and then you're gonna want to quit comedy. Have you been reading the comments? What's going on with that?
Then you see the comment name, it's Nargis Siddiqui. You're like,
Every fucking time, yeah.
Come on, bro. You know how comedy works, bro. Like, we're lucky in the sense that we cater our podcast to like our race or whatever. That's kind of a lot of the people that enjoy it, and the people that we attract are like nice. When you go out into the world, though, sometimes you go out into the world, throw a clip out. I mean, it's 2.3 million. That's a lot of love. It's going to be a lot of hate too. You're going to get a lot of shit. Plus, it's a sterilized format, so you're going to get people being like, "Whoa, what kind of comedy is this?" Like, dude, this is how comedy is on TV. It's all sterilized, and you can't really go into the thick of it and get really into it. So a lot of people go off. I got the comments on TikTok though. Like Instagram is all like, "Hey man, keep it
good
up,
stuff, super
rise
funny."
the grind."
Yeah.
TikTok is like, "Dude, I don't like that you were born. That's a problem.
Yeah.
You're alive." And dude, the stuff I get, the worst one I ever got was terrorist, but also annoying. That's what I got one.
Oh my
God.
god!
You know what though? You know what I like about terrorists? Usually they're not annoying.
Yeah, they're not.
That's the main thing.
They just kind of get to the point,
They're blowing up innocent people, but you know what? They're not overstaying their welcome. Okay, that's what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They take their shoes off before they blow up the building. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, terrorists never laugh at their own bombs, you know?
Like, yeah, come on.
You know, terrorists, at least terrorists are only loud once when they blow up. You're loud like the whole day, all right? That's a lot.
So
a lot of loud.
annoying. Oh my God.
Wow.
The thing I wanted to get into this because I've had, you know, we put out our TikToks, our stand-up clips, and the ones that I know it's going to do well when people fight on the comments. And sometimes what I try to do is, let's say my you know, I had one recently and it was like about my wife, when we were dating, she said she wouldn't date me because I wasn't tall enough, right? And so I titled it "Why Women Don't Date Short Men."
Sure.
And I knew, I was like, this is going to cost
clickbaity.
I was like, this is going to cost some shit. And of course, what's the best case scenario is when you are kind of above it, and the two people fight amongst each other.
Oh yeah.
Because then they're fighting each other, and maybe they're getting some hate, but they're also hating each other, and that's awesome.
What were they saying about that clip though? Were people like actually trying to break down your logic? Be like, well, it's not correct. Some women do date shorter men.
Here's the thing that I've learned, and I don't do this all the time, but I try not to read the comments because I know that the comments will make me upset, and then I'm going to like get drawn into it. And if I start like getting in there and all that stuff, like that's not a good idea. But I'll just check to see, are they getting a lot of comments, and then I'll just read I'll read like one just to be like, you're wrong, and I'll be like, yes, I did the right thing. All right, because that's what I want. It's crazy because I like doing something funny is nice. Doing something controversial is much better. So, you know, I'll try to put that out there. So, I mean, so even though like, people are like hating on your shit, it's kind of weird because, you know, that just gets more people involved and more people want to watch it. And like, I mean, you know, like all these people who are getting canceled, before they get canceled, they get 5 million views. Okay. So that's remember
true.
that.
That's true.
Remember that. Okay. You want the 5 million views. So, I mean, I don't know, Fumi, if what you think about that, you know?
Yeah, it's funny because like fucking the bit I post about like how you don't see a lot of Asian MILFs because they're like working and they're not home, so they can't like fuck their kids' friends. That's the logic. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Classic
Fumi bit. Airtight.
But like
airtight.
Dude,
Supreme Court level logic.
They're like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're an idiot. And then they're like, what about Jav? And I was like, Jav doesn't count because I'm talking about Asian American MILFs. Of course, there's Jav as Japanese adult video for people.
I'm with you. Don't worry. I'm with you, bro.
I got you. Yeah.
We're ahead of you, buddy. We're ahead of you.
It's funny because, you know, to Mike's point, like I got upset and I was getting so mad. I'm like, why can't you sit back and enjoy this joke? Like, obviously, like there are exceptions. Also, like, everybody on this platform is 14. I was born in the 80s. I have been watching porn longer than you've been alive. So fuck you. Like, you think you know about MILFs than me? No, you fucking don't. You know what I'm saying? So it's
I
like
have a PhD in MILFs. Yeah.
Dude,
so yeah, I did get
crazy,
angry about
dude.
that.
It's crazy. Like the one I did, the joke I did that blew up on TikTok that was controversial was some harmless one thing like, this one. The Muslims in America are full of shit because they'll drink, they'll fuck, and then you offer them some pepperoni. They're like, I believe in the Quran. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I posted that, and you already know what the fuck happened, right?
Yes.
Because those scimitar dudes from IG were like, you know, right? They found it. And it was like Ragnarok, my guy. It was like 8,000 Husseins and Hassan 403. And dude, what is with like troll accounts and them doing 19 numbers at the end of their name? It's like,
oh my God,
I'm Mohammed 346561234. What the fuck? And it was like people go, "You're going to hell, fuck you." When some people Arabic hate, blah. I think it got so big that like the Ayatollah Khomeini from Iran who runs it, it's like, what the fuck is this?
What the fuck is this? I was just here to watch dance videos and this shit pops up.
But
I was just like, learn how to this thing, you know? Fuck.
he's just trying
to learn, you know?
And he's typing on an iPhone, you know, he's like, what the fuck is this, you know? So that people went crazy on it, but I gained like 10,000 followers. Like TikTok,
right.
The rewards are great. You're playing with some fucking house money, bro. One clip goes huge, you'll get fucking like followers up the wazoo, you know?
The way to think about it is like, you know, I used to work in customer service a lot, right? And in customer service, you could be doing like 99% right and then 1% wrong. And that 1% wrong you did, like those people are really vocal. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what you're trying to do is, you're the waiter and you're trying to like help make all these people happy, and one person hates you and you fucked up their salad order and you didn't get ranch dressing when they wanted ranch dressing, and they're just like fucking tearing into you. Fuck you, I can't believe you have this job. But everybody else sees that and is like, they're not jumping in to help you, but they're going to give you a little tip because they're like, you know what, he did a good job. I'm going to give him a little tip because I feel bad, but I'm not going to jump into this craziness. You know what I'm saying?
Although I think it's like also 14-year-olds. So what happened is when we were growing up, 14-year-olds, you'd said something and then someone would hit you. Remember that? Like you'd say anything. You'd be like, hey, Asian MILFs, and then they'd hit you in the head. Stop it.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, oh shit. But there's no Italian dad to hit you right now in this culture. So what you happen is all these kids running amok with opinions and ideas and no empathy, because kids don't have any empathy. They have no regard for human life, right? So
they really
what they do is go straight for what they think. And the stuff that comes out, dude, because now you got black 14-year-olds who are also 14, but they're also hilarious, you know? So you got hilarious 14-year-old black kids destroying you. And it's brutal. It's brutal. Yeah. One guy said I had a goofy ass neck, and I think about it every day, dude. What do you mean goofy? What do you mean goofy?
I mean, now that once you say it, you can't unsee it.
Can't unsee it. I'm like,
you do.
I
mean, you're absolutely
right. Now he just wears turtlenecks for the rest of his career.
Oh my god! Thank you, Kendrick fan 17. You know that was crazy. But here's the thing.
Right.
Here's the thing.
You're getting your ass handed by a guy named Minecraft69. You know what I'm talking about?
Exactly.
We are back with everybody's favorite segment. It is Das Race News. This is, you know what? I got this because I was listening to Mango Bay, Usama's podcast, and you guys were talking a little bit about this. I don't think it was this article, but you were talking about this topic in general. So I don't know if you guys know, but J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, recently, her and a couple other academics, what do? They like fucking, I wrote this down somewhere. They signed some sort of petition or something.
They wrote a letter. They wrote an open letter.
I can't find the paragraph.
It was published in Harper's.
I don't know anything.
And they criticized cancel culture.
J.K. Rowling was on a roller coaster, and it was thunderstorm outside.
So a bunch of people like co-signed it. So like people like Noam Chomsky and Malcolm Gladwell and herself and they're kind of like they listed all these points about like this is why cancel culture is bad. People are getting fired. People are losing their jobs, et cetera, et cetera. We need to they were kind of like canceling cancel culture or whatever. I don't know how it works.
Yes.
So
it says here, it says. The signatories welcomed the needed reckoning on racial and social justice, but argued that it has intensified a new set of moral attitudes and political commitments that tend to weaken our norms of open debate. And people are getting mad because she had gotten in trouble for saying some transphobic things earlier on this year. And I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, I think comedians in general, I think most of us are against cancel culture. Some people are not. I will say that what I envy about those like right-wing people who are constantly on the social media saying racist shit. There's a lot of videos coming out of like some white guys saying the N-word or whatever it is. It is crazy that they don't give a fuck about being taped and stuff because they can't get fired. Like at their job, they're just like, that's just Al being Al. Come on back. Like that is a privilege that those guys have that like, where it's like Usama said one thing that gets misinterpreted, he loses his entire career. But another
which
guy
he
goes
says
all the way
a
up.
lot of stuff like that. So it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter. We wanted to have one last interview before you got canceled.
Yes.
I love J.K. Rowling's post-book career.
Yeah, right.
Point. Books are fine, but her points. Now that's where the real stuff is, dude. It's insane. You know why they don't get canceled? Is because those right-wing guys, say what you will, they're pretty consistent. People will fuck with consistency a lot more. Why do you think Trump couldn't get fired for the pussy grabbing thing? Because it's so Trump. It's not like it wasn't Trump. You think Bernie Sanders would have survived the same thing? No way. Because Bernie Sanders stand on a different platform. If you were consistent, two things people don't realize will make you likable no matter what. Consistency and being funny. And Trump is both those things. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And these right-wing people are both those things. Like they are so themselves that it's actually has integrity. And liberals try to be so woke that we're obviously going to be not woke in one thing because we haven't done the reading. And they're going to say POC instead of BIPOC. And then everyone's going to be like, well, you're a Nazi, you know? That kind of shit.
Yeah, I feel you're right with the consistency. I feel if there was a video of Trump like being loyal to his wife, he would lose all credibility.
Yeah. What the fuck is this shit?
There's like forget the Mueller report. Okay, if there's a love letter from Trump to his wife, he's done. He's done. Did you see this letter? He called her his sweetheart. That's insane.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
You know, Melania, a great casserole today. They're like, what the fuck
is this shit? You're canceled, Trump. That's so true. I don't know. I mean, yeah. What do you think about this whole like thing? I've been reading back and forth different things about cancel culture. I think Fumi, you got a point where it's like only some people can be canceled. It is kind of like only liberal people can be canceled.
It hurts us. We're the one playing the game, and it only hurts us. So like that's what's so confusing.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I remember on AGT, the lawyer came at me and they gave me like like, hey, cancel. Can you delete this one? Delete this one. This one you say cunt. It's not cool. This one you say bitch lot. Can you please? And one of them was like 2011, 2012, bro. It was like she was like. Here it says this thing, you wrote text that just said like, when you're waiting for your girl to turn 18 so you can smash. And I'm like,
there's some like, is there like a lawyer who's going through all these?
There's a lawyer. There's a lawyer. She's like,
you know?
she's like a cute lady who's like, you say cunt a lot here.
You say cunt a lot here, yeah. I went to Harvard. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and this is what she's doing.
Yeah, we learned this is bad at Harvard.
I believe the term is not smash. It is make love. Okay.
So what happened? Did you delete that shit?
So I deleted it. But here's the thing. I looked at I was like, why would I write that? And she's like trying to be not judgmental, but I know she is. She's like, well, you were a different person. I'm like, no, I was never a person who would be down with this. So I find it. Y'all remember Tyga?
Yes.
Tyga?
Yeah,
How she was grooming Kylie from when she was like 15.
Yes.
It's a picture of Tyga doing this.
It's a meme. It's a meme.
If you don't know Tyga, all you see is opinions that I have. You see what I'm saying? Like, so if you don't know Tyga, you think that that's what I just believe.
Right.
She didn't know who Tyga was, and so she was like, "Oh, I guess he's just a pedophile," you know. So that
did it help Harvard?
Yeah. It didn't help you at all.
You really fit in well at Harvard, apparently. You know.
Well, I guess we'll see. I don't know if cancel culture is going to be canceled. It doesn't. I mean, let's find some cancel culture. Let's see what cancel culture said in 2012, and then we can cancel culture. Okay, was cancel culture trying to smash, underage people at the time?
Yeah, that's the only way we can cancel.
Find cancel culture's old Tumblr.
We gotta jailbait 2020.
Yo, listen. How young is too young? Fire off in the comments. Come on, guys.
All right, it's your boy cancel culture. What's good?
What's up?
What's good? Follow my Tumblr, follow my blog. Okay, I got all sorts of crazy shit. And
if you're 13, hit me up. What's up?
I also got a Twitch stream where I'm playing a lot of Witcher 3. What's good? The fuck? I also do think it's kind of weird because it's like J.K. Rowling. She hasn't been canceled, all right? She's still getting those checks. Those checks are not canceled.
Yeah.
Those checks still say paid in full. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
did you quote?
She's getting some static. She's getting some static on Twitter, and it's like, oh no, now I'm not like that funny on Twitter, or I guess whatever. But I guess I'll just have to chill in my multiple villas and all my, you know what I'm saying? All of my many properties, which are still thriving like crazy. So
Usama, did you quote this in your podcast? It was Tim Dillon had this tweet that was like, you can't cancel people you don't support or something like that.
Right,
Meaning
exactly.
like people who have their own fan base, you can't cancel them. So
that was P who did it. Yeah, exactly. It was he has his fans. He has his fans. You can't cancel Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan can say the N-word, and then you get more fans. You know what I'm saying? Like his fans know
that's
who
a
he
good
is.
point.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, he has that racist subsection, but you have so many fans, they love you because you're not part of the industry. They love you because of the things that you do. So as long as you stay consistent, that's the main thing. Stay consistent and you'll get fans. Be you Trump, be you Rogan, be you Rowling. Here's the thing with Rowling, she wasn't consistent. She looked like someone who talked like someone who was very accepting, calling Dumbledore gay and stuff, But it's like you're not playing to your own values. If you play to your own shit and always be consistent in your values, you're only going to get more people and you're going to become uncancelable, I think.
So me and
interesting.
Mike, I think Mike and I, we just have to consistently be racist.
Yes.
And I think that's the only way
Yes.
only to
We're always
convince
guessing.
fans.
Yeah. Thank you, Osama. Welcome back from Pakistan. I have no idea where you're from. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
there you go.
Actually, speaking of being racist, we got a great racist game planned for you. Usama.
Yeah, let's
That we
do
wanna-
it.
This game, we haven't done games in a while, but we thought we'd bring it back.
Say the N-word. That's the game.
Do it.
Guys, this game is called Usama or Osama, and the game is who said the following quote: a brown comic or an actual terrorist? That is the name of the game.
Wow.
Yes.
By the way, before we start this game, sidebar, you changed your Instagram handle from Usama bin Laden to Usama Stand Up. What happened? What happened, boy?
NBC got me, bro.
Was
NBC.
that Harvard
What do you
lawyer?
mean? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So you know they have a little tagline on the bottom right corner of your while you're doing your set on the show.
Yeah.
They were like, that's a little much, the bin laughing part. But I'm like,
God, that would have been so funny to have that on America's Got Talent. Osama bin Laden. Oh my God.
I mean,
That's
it's
fucking
we
funny.
think about the set that I did. It's a brown dude on primetime television talking about open relationship. I mean, a lot of things were crossed.
It's too much.
It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff, you know?
Yeah,
The fact
yeah.
I talk about open relationship. That means you're fucking multiple people on national TV. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That was able to be done. So I was like, all right, I have the account, still the name. I still have it. And after the show, I'm going to put it back up.
Okay.
Before I got it back, though, someone scooped it up. So, like, what happened was, dude, I took off my name. I forgot to hold it down. Some guy hit me up. He was like, hey, man, I got your account. And then I look at his account. His avatar is like a SpongeBob, and his name is like, I'm
That's
like,
the worst.
fuck. He's like
That's
a
the
spam.
worst one. A SpongeBob? Oh my God.
The spam. You know the one where his like nose is long and his eyes are.
That's
Yep.
the one.
That one.
That's the one. I know that one. I know what you're talking about.
That's the 12-year-old troll. Yeah.
That's a 12-year-old alt-right kid. Yeah, for sure.
So I'm
You
like,
know?
no! Ah! And then he's like, love your pod. Let me know when you want to change it. Love ya. And so we figured it out. And shit.
Oh, he's a fan. He
Oh,
got
he's a
it
fan.
for you. Oh,
Love
that's
it.
so funny. Oh God. All right, so I'm gonna read some quotes, and you're gonna tell me if this was said by a brown comedian or if it was said by an actual terrorist. And now we're being inclusive on Asian on Asian. We are racist, but we are inclusive. So when we say terrorist, we're not talking just brown terrorists. We're talking white terrorists as well. So open up your mind, people listening. Here we go. Who said this? Allahu Akbar. ... Am I right?
I feel like these could be both, honestly. The funniest, the least funny brown comedian or the funniest ISIS member. You know?
Yeah.
I would say brown comedian for sure.
Yes, it was you. No, no, I heard it at some open mic. So yes, that's correct.
Yes.
That's correct. Who said this? America has been hit by Allah at its most vulnerable point, destroying, thank God, its most prestigious buildings.
Oh my God.
Who said
Speaking
that?
of canceled, this is. Here we go. This is the one.
I didn't make it up. I didn't make it up.
No, go ahead.
Somebody said this.
So okay,
Dig the grave.
Is it a brown comedian or is it my hero? Let's see. I'd say terrorist. That's terrorist as fuck.
That was Osama bin Laden.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
Jesus
That was him.
Christ.
That was
That
Osama
sounds
bin
like
Laden.
it's a classic Osama bar. Osama bar.
That's Hassan Minaj for sure.
That's Hassan Minaj.
Hassan quote, dude. Oh my god.
Okay, wait. Who said this? I have no choice. I am not in the position to alone go into the ghetto and fight. I chose Charleston. Okay, I can't read this whole thing. I can't read this whole
It
thing.
just, yeah. It just.
Also,
It went
by the
somewhere
way,
else. As soon as
by
you
the-
read Charleston, you're just like, okay, that's it. That's good.
These are also very easy. You're like, all right, who said this? I'm like, that's a comedian. And who said this? Death to America. That's. I mean,
Well, believe it or not, there wasn't a lot of overlap. There weren't a lot of like silly terrorists.
that's what it is. That's what it is.
Oh gosh.
Thank you
And-
very much. Yeah.
And I think this reminded us why we stopped doing games. But thank you,
Yeah.
Usama. Thank you for playing. I think you won. I don't
won.
know.
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
The
for
only
you.
way I ever win is if America dies. That's the only way I win.
All right, Usama, thank you so much for joining us. Always such a great time having you on. Where can our fans find you, and what do you want them to do for AGT to keep on the show?
Thank y'all so much. Love y'all so much. So hit me up on IG at Usama Stands Up. I know it's not the fun one. USAMASTANDSUP. Also follow my podcast, mine and my boy P's podcast here, Mango Bay, YOURMANGOBAE. Follow my boy Pranav, my guy, PRANAHAHA. Pranav. And then the voting will start. I'll let everyone know online. So fucking just stay tuned.
Hell yeah.
Sick.
And you can also find us on the internet. Don't cancel us, but we're on there at Asian Pod. I'm also on there on all accounts. Check out my TikTok at the Fumi Abe. That's THEFUMIABE.
And you can find me on Instagram at Nice Pants, bro.
Please come to our weekly comedy show on Zoom. And it's called Hack City Comedy. Just go to Asian.AsianPod.com for tickets. It is free. It happens every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Next week, I don't know who's on the show, but it's different every time. It's going to be amazing. Usama just did it. He killed it. So it's a great time, honestly. And I know we're opening up, but we really shouldn't be going outside. So please join us on Zoom. And if you're a big fan of the show, always find us on Patreon. Patreon.com/Asian.AsianPod.com. And you get a racist shout out. And by racist, we mean we guess your ethnicity by guessing what kind of thing you are by your last name. That English was not very good.
That was
you know
good.
what
That's
I mean?
perfect. Don't change it. Don't change a single word.
Not gonna edit a single thing because
Not a thing.
I'm staying consistent. My
Consistency.
English don't make no sense. Okay, so anyways, I think that's a show. This was so much fucking fun. Thank you so much, Usama, for joining us. We hope to see you again in New York soon, and we're gonna do like an outdoor thing soon.
Yeah.
Once me and Mike get our shit together, so maybe you can join us, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, man. Much love. Love y'all.
Yeah, man.
All
Thank you
right.
very much. All right. Bye.
See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
And it is time to give shout outs to our newest Patreon subscribers. If you don't know what we're talking about, you can find us on patreon.com/Asian.AsianPod. And you can give a monthly contribution and get cool stuff like a shout out on the podcast. We slide into your DMs. You can pitch race news, all kinds of stuff. And we have merch coming at you soon. So definitely join us on the Patreon. So here we go. We haven't done this in a while. It is July, and so these are all the July people. Here we go. Are we ready?
Yeah.
God damn, we have a lot. So we got to speed through these. We got a lot. Okay, here we go.
Okay, go. Go.
Horita. J Horita. Horita. This is Japanese, I think.
Horita. Oh, interesting. I was gonna say that, or because it also sounds kind of like Mexican. I'm gonna say Mexican.
Does.
I'm gonna go.
You're gonna say it's Mexican?
Fuck
Oh
it.
shit, I'm gonna say Japanese. Jay, tell us who is right. Then we got Ami Amaki. That is Japanese as fuck.
Damn, sad. That's Japanese as fuck.
We got Yumiko Dunton. Dunton.
Holy shit. This person, Yumiko, Japanese, right? That's a Japanese first name.
But maybe married.
Yes, I'm getting kind of like she married her PhD advisor vibe.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Professor Dunton. I'll do anything.
Professor Dunton. Oh, let me show you the ways of the blossom. I don't know.
Okay, we got Wen Wang. W-A-N-G. That's Chinese as fuck.
That's so Chinese. Holy crap, that person's a panda. Go ahead.
Then we got Philip Nokio. Nokeo.
Nokeo. Nokio.
That sounds Japanese, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. This is like, it's like
Filipino maybe.
Nokeo. Yeah. Yes. I'm gonna say Filipino. Screw it.
Filipino.
Let me do that.
Then we got Adrian Francisco.
I know
is Filipino.
This is, and you're right. That's one of my buddies. How's it going, Adrian?
Yeah.
Sue is very, very, very Filipino. Filipina.
Thank you for your $5. Then we got a lot more. Then we got this person's not a name. NKGWM. This sounds like the second son of Elon Musk. I don't know what the fuck this is.
NKGWM. This is an algorithm. Thank you very much, algorithm. Yes.
Thank you. We love algorithms. Thank you. Then we got Vincent Xiao, XIAO.
Anything with an X, that's Chinese, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Chinese as fuck. Then we just got David, who I believe is from the Bible. So perhaps an Israelite. Thank you.
Thank you to the
staying-
Hebrews. Shout to the Hebrews.
Then we got Kathy Davenport Lee. We know her because she comes to Hack
We know
City.
her.
She's a
Shouts.
white woman married to an Asian person. Shouts. Thank you for your
Damn.
money. Then we got Vincent.
And we would have only
Vincent
known
Lee.
that because she comes on the show. Yeah. Vincent Lee.
Yeah, we got Vincent Lee, but with L-E. I think that's Viet.
That's Viet. Vincent. What's up? What's up, Lay? Sometimes it's pronounced Lay.
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 And then three more. We got just Danny. D-A-N-I.
I want to say Italian, okay? Danny. Such an Italian name.
Danny.
So Italian.
Hey,
Hey,
then we
what's
got-
up going on? Hey, Danny.
Next person, I don't even know if this is a real name. This person's name is Viral, like the virus, Viral Kotecha. Kotecha.
That's a sick name, dude. That's I think this person is from the the band The Internet.
Yes.
Yes, I think this person's from the band The Internet. So
what is that? What's that gang called? Aren't they called like Wolfgang, OMW?
Oh yeah, the rap collective the
rap
Tyler
collective
Creator. Yes, it's Tyler
Yes.
Creator featuring Viral.
Viral Kotecha.
Whoa, that's a fire track.
Whoa! And finally, we have Vanessa Nghiem. This sounds like a mix between a Vietnamese and Chinese last name or something.
Huh.
Nghiem.
Nghiem. Yeah, Ngiem. Yeah, that's Vietnamese. Yeah, I mean, if you don't know if it's got too many consonants, that's Vietnamese, my friend. Shouts.
That is. Oh man,
we have to
Vietnamese
put all those
names do have a
consonants
lot of
right next to each
consonants.
other. Why not?
Wow. All right. Well, that's our that wraps up our Patreon subscribers for this month. Thank you again so much. We love you guys. And if you donated $10 or more, we will be sliding into your DMs immediately. So look out for that. Send us your Instagram handles. We love you, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.